It's very nice to be thought of as being pretty, as being, it's a plus. It's nice. It's not terribly important, but it is nice to have it in your favor.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and I really appreciate your time. If my voice sounds a little funny, it's because I'm dealing with a sore throat, so please excuse that. So I'm going to be talking about this whole situation going on with the podcast host of the No Fugazee podcast. I believe his name is David Cooley. He was just exposed for being in a relationship with a single mom.
So yes, we both had a kid, like we both had children. So he came into the relationship with children, but I was young and she was young.
Okay, so he did talk about that before, right? But here are the two problems with that. The first problem is this. No Fugazee is actually lying. You see, if you go back to that picture of him with the white lady and her two white kids, and he met her, as he said, when he was 25, I believe now he's 34. She didn't just have a kid. She had two kids. According to this TikTok here, okay? In this TikTok, she says, I have a 15 and 11-year-old. So why are you trying to remove the kid, bro? Obviously, the lady says that she has two children, one that is 15, another that's 11, and you met her when she had both. But now you're trying to say that she had a kid and you had a kid. No, she had two kids. And which is the reason why No Fugazee, when, there was the video of him with all of them in the picture, he removed that video on Thanksgiving that they posted on that couples channel. That's right. They have a couples channel, an interracial couples channel of almost 2 million followers. But then here is the second problem with what he's saying. Although he did admit kinda that, obviously she was a single mom when he met her, the problem is your brand talks down on single mothers.
As a single mother, do you believe you deserve a man in the top percentile?
I'm able to do everything else, whether or not I have a baby or not. I still can be a great wife.
Yeah, listen, single moms, recreational use only.
The problem with this, Mr. Fugazee, is you're in a particular niche, which is the manosphere, that you have to live what you're talking about. You never preface yourself as a brand for everyone. I'm not talking about one particular clip within a lot of hours of content that people don't know that you are currently with a single mom when you have so many clips talking about single moms. See, that's the thing you're not seeing. The average or the ratio is imbalanced. You talk about not dealing with single moms a lot because why? Those clips are viral. Those clips make a lot of money and those clips keep you in business.
This is not uncommon. A lot of times at these podcast bros, they will be exposed for the things that they preach and talk about for them to be completely contradicting in real life. This is, again, like I said, it's not uncommon. We see this so many times. It happens all the time. And I just realized this. You men don't know how to pick father figures. Like, the same way that women often don't know how to pick men for themselves, men to date, y'all don't know how to pick father figures. And I get it. I understand. Like, I was born in the 90s. My dad wasn't, the best dad ever. So I have daddy issues too. A lot of us in this generation have daddy issues, which is why there's been such a boom in these podcast talking point bros, because a lot of young men are looking for guidance, right? They're looking for men to look up to give them the sauce, to give them tips on how to navigate through masculinity. So I understand on a human level why you have this in such an occurrence where everywhere you look, there's some guy with a microphone, a setup, and girls that he's talking down to. Eventually, they always evolve into having girls there that are somehow not the type of young ladies that you would think they would want to spend all their time talking to, but they have them there simply as, punching bags, verbal punching bags. They can get their insults out, and they are there to represent the type of women that they know their audience most likely are being played by or can't get, or being used for their whatever money they have. So they know their audience members want to see certain types of women being dunked on. Like I said, there has to be a generational thing going on. There has to be a need for this. There has to be a reason why these type of men become viral, why they go viral, why they're popular, why they have so many supporters, so many men sending them super chats and funding their projects, because a lot of men want this. They want to have men outside of their families to lead them and guide them. And the truth is, their dads are clearly not there to do it. Their uncles are not there to do it. Their older brothers are not there to do it. So, like everything else, what do? You come onto the internet to supplement whatever you're not getting. And I think that's just really what it comes down to. But you guys don't know how to pick them. You don't know what type of men you should be looking to and listening to. Y'all think if you see a man with muscles, if he's surrounded by IG models and OnlyFans girlies, if he yells and postures himself a certain type of way, if he presents himself a certain type of way, that's all that you need to follow him, or that's it, and once he gets the following, a lot of times what happens with social media is the more support someone has, the more followers, the more viewership, the more subscribers that they have, that tends to validate them. And people think, okay, well, this guy has a lot of people watching him, he must know something. No, that's not what it is. It's a lot of times it's people are watching out of the spectacle. People are watching because it's feeding, like I said, something emotionally in them, watching certain type of women be talked to a certain type of way and be put down. That's really what it is. It's not that they're popular because, they have something intelligent to say. They're popular just because they're popular. I discuss this with my husband all the time. The truth is, the true OGs that really do have something or would have something to share with social media via podcasts, they don't have them. Then you have to run into them in a barbershop, or you have to find them in Home Depot. You have to have access to them most likely in real life and just happen to have a conversation where they feel like dropping some jewels and sharing some wisdom. They're not going into a studio. They don't have podcast mics. They're not recording conversations, right? So it's typically who basis, and like I said, you have to run into them in person. And a lot of guys don't have that. I mean, clearly they don't have that, which is why they're so thirsty, just searching for men to look up to and guide them and lead them. In the sense that mentorship can be useful, right? And you can have surrogate fathers and father figures that do come in and do things that your biological father and uncles and whoever didn't do for you. That's something that people used to do. Like, I live in Philadelphia. There were tons of boys and girls clubs where you did have men that were vetted and reputable who would join these organizations, and they would have little brothers and little sisters, and they would help nurture them and help grow them, help in general, presenting as a male figure in their lives. Well, we don't really have that anymore. Now we have men who just get on podcasts, create podcasts, and they're the ones doing the mentoring. They're the ones influencing young men, and that's the issue, is because a lot of times no one is vetting them. If the only threshold is to buy professional equipment, make enough money once you go viral to pay people to do the behind the scenes work to set up your equipment and to edit your podcast. Once you get on a platform, that's it. There's no real threshold for who can have a podcast, who can inform people, who can be a dating coach, who can be a consulting coach. Once you gain the popularity, the sky's the limit. And so people are not being vetted because there's no qualifications. And like I said, people tend to believe that, if you're popular, if you have a lot of viewership, that means you're saying something. People don't have the nuanced, intelligent, critical thinking skills to understand that a lot of times these guys are making money off of your emotional inadequacies, off of your rage bait, off of what they know and understand that you lack as young men. They're really and truly not here to help you. They're not here to guide you. A lot of times these young men don't have any better situations themselves. They just have money and are able to package themselves better. Case in point, the coolie guy. He is literally in a relationship with a white woman with a BBL who had multiple children before him. And now they're on TikTok doing cringe interracial dating relationship stuff. He's not married to her. He's probably not going to marry her. He's probably just going to pump and dump her, as y'all say. It's astonishing to me that you guys will follow men that you don't see any receipts for concerning whether or not they should be consulting you or guiding you. It's like y'all don't even try to vet these people before you make them popular, before you give them the position that they have. He is not someone that y'all should have been listening to. He's not. He really is not. He's really not in a position where he should be advising anybody, where he should be making any comments. He should just be giving opinions, and that's it. Like, for me as a woman, when I come online, even though I'm, happily married, almost been married for 10 years, I'm enjoying my life. Yes, I'm always looking to find advice from women who I think will help me have a better experience as a married woman, that can give me tips or ideas that maybe I don't think I can't think of because I just haven't been married as long. But the trouble with that I find is a lot of the women talking don't have successful marriages, let alone relationships with men. And so for me, the way my critical thinking works, boo, it's not much you can tell me. And so I tend to take the stance of, okay, well, I just enjoy this person's content and I find them to be funny, amusing. That's pretty much where it stays. Like, when I watch some of Shira's content, it's funny to me. It's I think she's hilarious. I think she's entertaining, but I'm not taking anything she's saying seriously. I'm not hanging on her every word. I understand that she is a content creator. This is all content. So you guys, you have to start, number one, vetting the people that you're listening to, that you're sending super chats to, that you're playing constantly letting them influence you. Start vetting these people better. Go to their profiles. See what you can find about them before you just let them, tell you all this stuff. You have to stop participating in extremism. You have to stop participating in extremism. In real life, there are people who live and have situations where there is nuance. Not every single mom is a waste of your time. Not every single man is a waste of your time. There are women who pay bills. Like, we have to stop participating in extremism. In real life, people do what works for them in their relationships. There are different relationship dynamics. There are different ways that people get along and are compatible. So y'all have to stop participating in this extremism. It's juvenile, and it oftentimes reveals your lack of experience in relationships when people say certain things, okay? Lastly, understand that content is content. Content is content. Content is content. These people are not your friends. You have a parasocial relationship with them. They don't have one with you. They just need you to watch them so they can make money. They are not your friends. They don't care about you long term. They don't care about you internally. A lot of times people don't even care about the messaging that they put out in the world. They don't care. They want to go viral. They want more eyes on them. They want more views because that's how they get paid. So y'all have to stop feeding this cycle. You have to stop. Or you can continue and you can find yourself in a situation where the man that you've been watching and supporting, that's always preaching one thing to you, you find out he's living a completely opposite life. If that's what you like, more power to you. But yes, that's all I have to say on this topic. Get below in the comments. Tell me how you feel. What are your thoughts on these dating coaches and, the whole thing. Let me know how you feel. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.